What's up, Everyday Blades? Man, we got a cool mail call today. We got some great stuff to look at. Let's get right into it. So, Exceed Designs sent over these two buttes. Now, these are, for all intents and purposes, utility razors, folding utility razors. And up till a few years ago, this is what we had for a folding utility razor. This was state of the art. It gets the job done. This thing right here is dirt cheap and, well, you know, you can cut drywall with it or whatever all day long, but it's boring. You know, it's not something you want to have in your pocket when you go out. This is something totally different. This is form and function together. So, starting off, we have frag titanium scale, and this is the one that comes on it originally. This is an option to purchase, but Exceed Designs, this is the TIrant V3. So it holds regular razors and they're super easy to change out. I've seen some different kinds of these that require a tool to change them out, require some multiple switches to change them out. This is the easiest one I've seen yet. You literally take your thumb and push this over a little bit and pull it out. That's it. Done. One and done. So stick it back in there. The great thing about having a razor knife is you always got a razor sharp knife, because when this thing gets dull, you can flip it around and have, you know, a surgical edge again. When that gets done, they send you a whole box of razors, but you don't have to use their razors. These are a little bit nicer than what you would get at, you know, Home Depot or whatever. But you can use those Home Depot razors. I mean, they're throwaway. They're throwaway razors. They're disposable. The action on this thing is unbelievably good. It's on bearings. It's got everything a frame lock titanium knife should have. I'm just blown away by this. I mean, this is the quality and the attention to detail is not what I was expecting. I was expecting just a little bit of souped up version of this, right? But this is so good. Recently, so this is the titanium version. This is the titanium version with a PVD coating. Both very, very good looking knives, if you ask me. I like to carry these, and this is what I've been carrying for the past couple of months. This is the O-Knife one. It's like 29 bucks. This is a great little deal, but it's so small to operate with it. Cut a bunch of cardboard or something that's a little bit small for that. It gets the job done, but there's a lot of things that'll get the job done. This one uses a screw here, but they say if you get to using it pretty hard, if you hand tighten this, it'll come loose. They want you to tighten that with like a pair of needle nose pliers. And there you go again with the tool, right? I don't want to have to get a tool to tighten my knife up. This one, I cut a few pieces of cardboard with it. It didn't come loose. I haven't really, got into it, but looks like we got a little grease protruding through there, so they got it good and lubed up. But look at the action on it. It just works really, really well. See if it'll... I mean, a drop shut razor knife. It's damn near drop shut. That's pretty spectacular. Not to mention, the most important thing is these are good looking knives, man. I mean, solid titanium all the way around. Frame lock with an over travel stop and lock bar stabilizer. That's crazy. That's just not something you think you'd see in a razor knife. I expected these to be pretty decent. I see a lot of people with them. I didn't expect them to be as good as they are. Now here's some more good on top of that. I've been preaching here lately a lot about companies that send extra hardware with their knives. I just think it's something that you just need to do. It doesn't cost much. Look at this. Super, super cool. There's a replacement for every piece of hardware on that knife, a pack of razor blades, even the tool to undo it. Now, I don't really use those tools, but in a pinch, you could use that. This is just super cool. So I want to take some dimensions on it. I want to put it up against a couple other knives, just like any other, knife video we do. And they overloaded me on stickers. I love that, man. Love stickers. So let's set the reason we're going to set the PVD aside is because I like raw titanium. That's my favorite. So let's put it right next to the Olight, the little Olight. I forget the name of the Olight. Let's see if it's on there. The optical UI. Either UI or UL. I don't know. But this one's, carbon fiber, and this is a good little $29 knife. It's just that it's a little bit small for what I want it to be. And I like having these in my pocket. I didn't finish what I was saying earlier. I like to have these in my pocket because I carry some really expensive knives. And if I do got a bunch of cardboard to cut up at work, I really don't want to use my expensive knife for cutting up a ton of cardboard. I'd rather burn up a couple of these blades and throw them away and, be back to razor sharp. So I like to have one of these in my pocket and then have my knife as well. These just don't weigh anything. You don't even notice you have it. .3 ounces. I know you can spare 2.3 ounces. I know you can. Take one of them 6 pry bars out of your pocket. I know you can fit that in there. So let's look at it up against a couple of traditional knives. You can see it's small, but it's big enough to get a 4-finger grip on. And I got 2XL gloved hands, so all of you should be able to do that. So there's the Griptilian, the Civivi Elementum. And they have some really, not really high-end, but higher-end blades you can get for this. I don't know what company makes them, but I know you can get them. I've even seen these in Damascus. I don't know if it's real Damascus or not, but I've seen Damascus shaded blades. So you can, I prefer just to use like the construction grade, just because I have a ton of them. I'll use up the ones they got here. That pack will probably last me a couple of years. I'll use up the ones they got here, and then I'll go to regular construction grade, which these may be, I'm not sure. But man, just having a razor sharp knife all the time on demand. You can use your, rough edge for opening concrete sacks and stuff and keep your other edge for precision cutting, flip it over. And it's so easy to flip over. I mean, look at that. So easy to do. It's hands down, I don't know if it's the best locking system for a razor blade, but I guarantee you it's the easiest I've found so far. And these are getting super popular. I've been looking for a Chavez makes one just like it, but man, they're pricey. These are quite a bit less than a Chavez. These are affordable knives. I'll post the link to them in the description. That way you guys can go look at them, check out the pricing. I'm not going to discuss the pricing here in case I get it wrong. I don't want to mess it up. But super cool. Let's take a measurement. So handle scales, we are 3 7/16, 3/8 ish. I don't really know what to measure for blade. Let's measure this whole thing and call it the blade. 2.5 inches, but you actually only got the 1.5 inches, the same as any other razor knife. And then total length open, 6 inches with the lanyard loop. Now closed, you got 3.5 before the lanyard loop, just a little over 3.5 with the lanyard loop. But I mean, check out the actions on these things. These are not tchotchkes. These are high quality, medium to high quality knives. I mean, they're not $1,000 collector knives. These are knives to be used that look really nice and function really well. I'm impressed. I'm a lot more impressed than I thought I was going to be. Man, it sucked too because I was eager to see them, but the mail is so screwed up right now. I have so many packages that are well over a week late. I think this one took 16 days to get here. That's unheard of with the U.S. mail. I don't know what's going on with them. I hope they figure that out. I hope them guys get it back on track. Maybe the holidays screwed them up. I don't know. But, woo, packages are lost everywhere. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, too. So, let's, I want to cut their brochure. Let's see. It's razor sharp like you'd expect for the razor. I'm catching the end down there. That's why it's hard to cut with just that short little razor blade and slice paper. But if you stay on it, and I've used it like all day today. So anyway, if you don't like how sharp it is, flip it over and you got it sharp again. That is the one side of this you have to pay attention to. These razor blades don't stay sharp very long. You cut some cardboard for a few minutes, rip through it, this blade's going to be fairly dull. You just throw it away and grab another one or flip it over. That's the great thing about it. You don't ever have to worry about sharpening a knife. The clip on it's got some nice spring to it. It's a stamp clip that has just enough bite to keep it in the pocket. I usually carry these down in my pocket, not with a pocket clip, but I'll leave it on there just in case I do want to use it. Just a cool little knife, man. I'm impressed. I did not expect to be this excited about this. I was like, yeah, another utility razor, rah. It's just for, it's a tool, and all these are tools, but this is more toolish than any of it. But man, that's a good looking, even without the frag, that's a good looking knife. And I don't know what other finishes they got. I'm sure they have other finishes. Probably have carbon fiber and stuff. You can check into it. But I'll put all the links and everything in there. Talk to them and see if maybe we can drum up a discount code for you guys. But super easy to deal with. They sent them right over, and of course U.S. Mail took a month and a day to get them here, a year and a day to get them here. But again, both of them have all the hardware to replace, even the over travel stop lock bar stabilizer extra in there. You could rebuild the whole knife. Good deal. Guys, thanks for watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.